All right. Okay. What does it say? All inboxes clear. Skills directory. Mention executor. Accountant. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. I do need to update the link. All right. If anyone wants to join from there, I do also maybe post on Discord as well. I haven't used the Discord channel for a minute. What is the status of the auto wake up mechanism that we did yesterday? All right, I think let's get on with it then. All right, I don't know how to. All right, if they want to join, that's fine. All right. So the status of our auto um, completed phases data model also done in continuous session. Time zone validated remaining tests, unit tests, custom task scheduling, which we are not doing. So let's test out our. Actually, let's post this first. I think I want to post a LinkedIn post and let's see if that works. Spend years fighting Google API. So, that's not actually what the content is about. It's called the Google Workspace GWS 3 April. Google just released something that changes this. Is that what the project is about? Google made Gmail and Drive for AI agents to use. Forbidden. Google Workspace CLI. All right, they didn't build it specifically for AI agents. It just says includes AI agent skills. It's just a CLI that you can use to create spreadsheets and basically interact with your Google Workspace. Should we post this? Spent years here. Fact check. That is a good idea. So the idea of the auto agents is that instead of running 24/7, you have specific windows where the agents wake up and create content and shuts down. Currently, I have turned off that feature because it's costly to do maintain always on agents. So after this auto wake feature, I should be able to turn on our agents for trend detection because you still have to review the amount of content these AI agents produce. It's the output of agents are they produce a lot of content and then you become the bottleneck. So that's the problem that I'm trying to solve. If I have a review agent where it can auto review and score the content in a way that you set a threshold, and if it is under the threshold it goes for human review. If it is above the threshold it passes the review automatically, and it gets published automatically and scheduled, all that. So a threshold based posting mechanism, that's what the feature is. So this seems to be correct. 2 billion Google Workspace user, not 2 billion. Yeah, so this was broken yesterday after the Docker migration. So I do want to schedule it and see if it gets posted to my LinkedIn. Why is it so slow though? Internet is all right. Okay, while that is working, maybe we can have a look at yesterday's conversation. What are my AI agents doing though? Okay, that's idle, so give it some work. maybe SEO. So we need to test this. The While we test those things, maybe we can put the agents to work. What can we take from here? Transcription bug. Okay, we can test yesterday's conversations avatar generation. That's it. Yep, we did create the avatar, but we got stuck here at the editing. So the background is added. So basically, the background should, I sh- like my face should go into a corner, and the background should start playing in the background. So this is to remove that blue chroma keying. Maybe there's a better way to do it. This is what I've found. Uh, I basically take my photo with a blue screen background. But anyway, let's see if it works though. See if this was broken yesterday too. Okay, so video generation is started. Let's take that. Where's my Super Whisper? Can you? Oh, that did go with the auto compliance. Can you actually cancel that? The creating the composite video still is not working. Uh, Maybe it is working. I'm not sure, but the button doesn't stay in the processing state. It immediately reverts back to create final video again. Uh, yeah, right. What happened to this? Okay. Understated. Should be 3 billion. That's all right, I think. The internet is super slow here. Okay, I'm just going to read this. I think agent that's okay, it's fine. I will just say schedule this to go out in the next 2 minutes. So we should see that here in about 2 minutes. Otherwise, the bug is still not fixed. Well, that is working. Close that, close that. What's our usage? All right. Let me go to schedule and see if it is actually scheduled. Yep, it is scheduled, so it should fire now. I do actually want to create another. From the heartbeat scheduler, can you remove the uh, Claude mention prompt injection, uh, finding and processing of at Claude mentions? Can you remove that temporarily from the heartbeat scheduler? These are the injected prompts so that whatever I type here in my Obsidian like this, that gets processed. That's how I manage my projects. I don't usually do a lot of back and forth. I do have all these project files. For example, the transcription bug fix. This was fixed yesterday. So transcription, this is all done. So if I do something like Claude, move this to completed, then it should get moved. In my setup, the team lead doesn't always delegate the work. This happens after conversation gets compacted mainly. So I need to address that as well in the setup itself. So did this one get published? Haha, that is still broken then. When is it? Is the time zone not correct? Okay, let it work. I'll just open a new window and say, can you check on production that the publishing is not triggering for LinkedIn? It is scheduled, but the publishing is not triggering. Probably has something to do with the. First of all, check the logs. Probably has to do something with the Docker migration that we did a couple of days ago from Nixpacks, and see if the instrumentation is working correctly. Create a project for this in the project folder so we can actually track the activities and mark it as done. Let that work. What is this doing? All right, now it is delegating. Okay, so this is usable now, so we can go back to this instance. Basically, what this is that this is the agent teams function from Cloud Code. So this is the team lead on the left side here. These are the teammates. This one spawns different teammates. It wasn't working for some reason. It's still so buggy, but when it works fantastic. And also it eats through your usage. I think it's something in the order of like 7x the normal usage. But each of these teammates get their own context, cleared context, so you get better results. Yeah, so the transcription bug, when I did the at cloud move this to completed, this is what these prompt injections are. Process cloud mentions. So basically, this is a Python script that relays messages to the team lead, and that gets moved to completed. So it is deploying to production now. I don't think it has correctly identified the problem there. It says button now shows a persistent red retry fails. Okay, so it is failing for some reason. Let me check. Network. Create final video. It is not failing. The API call. The API call is actually returning to 100. It's not failing. The toast actually says video generation started, but the button doesn't stay in the state of generating. Rather than it reverts back to its original state of create final video text inside the button. Mm-hmm. All right. While that is working, I think it is safe to start another instance. All right. Let it give it another job. Where's my deployment? No, it hasn't actually triggered any deployments. It is safe to say. Trigger, have you committed all these changes? Trigger the deployment and production. If I if I start another instance, the other one dies. Whenever I try to generate a composite video, I get this error after the Docker migration from Nixpacks. And so make sure it is bundled with the Docker image for brand brain. Let's see if that comes through. Yeah. So that's working on the first one, triggering the committed deployment on production. And that spawns a deployer teammate. And where's my second voice? Oh, it's not a, okay, it's not a voice transcription, but it's a message. That should spawn another teammate. Deployer starting commit and deploy process. FFmpeg missing from BrandBrain Docker image. Spawning a teammate. Yeah, as a second one. All right, while that is working, what do we have to do? Yeah, let's schedule some more posts. This didn't go through. No, it did go through. So what's the issue? Maybe it just takes a while to post it. Hmm, okay. When did it get posted though? All right, it took about 3 minutes. So it was scheduled at 5:37. It went out at 5:40. That is acceptable. Just, but it's still 3 minutes delay. That's fine, I guess. Did our is our deployment in progress? Yeah, that is triggered now. What else do we have? Video generation recovery. LinkedIn publishing, but this is what we are working on. Production logs confirm cron job is running and schedule post. We have to wait for that deployment to finish. Right, we need to change this video on landing page to, because this is a bit older video, I think. And we did add our Telegram. Okay, let's see if that is working. Hello. So that should trigger a conversation inside. Oh no. The agents page is super slow. Can you have a look at it? Create a project. It's not a super high priority, but the page is super slow on BrandBrain. Huh? Why is this up here? The one from February. It is working, but that doesn't appear. The bot, Telegram bot is working. So what it is that you can control these agents in any of these trend scan, or content marketing agents through Telegram bot. That is this one here. I have connected my bot. So if I am outside, it sends me, I can tell it to create content and publish. That's basically it. I, I don't do this very often. I can do it because I have been using my own product for a while to create content. So I have a good preferences. It knows my style of writing, etc. If you're signing up today, well, you can. It works like OpenClaw. You'll have to chat with it at a while to get your style of writing, tones, etc. LinkedIn post Nana Banana 2 content pending for peer review. It is working, so I should have been able to see that conversation here as well. But maybe it's not hooked up into these conversations. Ah, I know. This is the one. Okay, all right. The reason why this is appearing here is that this is considered one single conversation for all of your. This is when I connected my bot, and that is the conversation it is still using. Let's see. Yep, that's it. That is the thing. But this is a big conversation. I don't know why how it is still working. There is compaction inside, but it's a big conversation. Yeah, there is compaction inside. I have no idea how it is working. Okay, so this is the exact thing. This is saying Nano Banana 2, 320 word count. Right. I don't have even have compaction enabled, I think. Sessions. How is that working without that erroring out? Because that is a big conversation. Like I started this last month. Let's see. Are you able to send me PDF reports? Let's see what it does. Okay, so the bot doesn't have streaming. You can only view that on web. Bot only sends the final message. Also, there are some bugs, I think, but it's very low priority because it's not showing any of my messages. Yeah, it's just if I send a message, it just continues working. That is acceptable, I think. Hi. Maybe it just doesn't. What did it say here? Now I have content. That is interesting. So I asked it, can it generate PDF reports? It didn't respond to that. It is continued working, um, kind of steered the conversation, and it's asking me back, generate PDF reports for any of these. So it's continuing on with the initial task. That's interesting. All right, we can test the. We have a few things to test. We can test this one. No. No, this one. Let's create final video. Ah, this is not. It's not able to. Ah, no, okay. It's not deployed yet. It's still in progress. Okay, we can't test that. I don't see the value of this Google Workspace CLI for me though. I do want to make a video on this, so it's probably worth playing around. The only time I would find it valuable is when I create presentations, but for that, I mostly use Nano Banana. For example, the video that I write, this is the video that I did for Claude Skills Update. So if I go to my TTS script for that, yeah, it has all these like Nano Banana images in the script. So I'm not very good at talking to the camera, to, I need something to read off of. I can talk like this, but it won't be very polished. Not very good with camera. So I have the script and it has all these images inside it. Then I can just tell it to create different LinkedIn posts and other things based on this script. And that's the thumbnails that it creates. If you haven't watched this video, go watch this video. This is about skills update. It's actually a pretty important update to optimize your skills. Anyway, so I am using Nano Banana, so I don't really see the use of it. But, if something goes viral, it's probably a good idea to make a video on it. I do want to upload my skills to BrandBrain though, to as a free tool. What is this doing now? All right, the deployment is finished. Let's try this again. Create final video. Okay. All right. Okay, that seems like it's working. Oh no, I didn't switch this on. And that is done. Create final video. What is this saying? Uh, Brain is running healthy. FFmpeg now installed. Heartbeat report. RSAS posted with first comment. What is this? Today's accomplishments. School. School is that is actually incorrect. Healthy. Yeah, that's fine. Distribution is the weakest link. This is old news. LinkedIn is not restricted. All right. Where did it go? It created the video, but where did it go? All right. Let's see. Can you check the production logs on BrandBrain, because I just issued a creating a composite video. It does seem like it is now working, the video creation itself, but when it finishes, I don't actually see the video in the videos box on the edit page on the avatar generation panel. Maybe if I refresh it, is that the problem? Do I need to refresh it? Oh yeah. So I need to tell it. When I refresh the page, it is available. It shows me the video. So I think this is not persisted into Convex correctly. The video URL, and maybe the Convex query is probably not working as intended, because as soon as it finishes creating the video, that should appear on the edit page. Delegate to a teammate. Don't do this by yourself. Right, how is the final video?
This new AI can literally control your computer. I'm not talking about giving it prompts. I'm talking about it
All right.
opening apps.
All right, so I did something wrong there. I need to click on loop, otherwise it will zoom in on my face after that. Pick chroma, create final video. One more time. Convex debugger. Checking Pran Brain production logs now. Video is created and stored, but the UI doesn't change, update in real time. Yep. Starting an investigation. That is correct. So here we need some. Okay. Ah, there's another feature here which I almost forgot. If I Command K, capture source, and if I say what is going viral today in Claude Code Agent Skills space research, and if I don't even, I'm not sure if it works still. I probably have to remove it. Yeah, this needs to be convex as well, I think, because I have to refresh this every time I do that. Yeah, so that's the instruction that I sent. Still working. Command K, dump content. Let the engine sort. Okay, that is made up. That image, I have to remove that. So I have to clean up this help center a little bit because I did one shot the help center a while back. This was when anti-gravity came out. And it had a good browser automation. So basically what I did was browse through the pages, take screenshots, and write this documentation. So that's what it did. Well, it's a simplification, but basically that's what the idea was. So it browsed through all the pages, took the screenshots, and created these pages. But there are some inconsistencies here. For example, some of it, like there are some pay features that we don't have. Like, so I need to correct that. This is all correct. The only thing we don't have is anything related to analytics. It's mostly focused on content creation. It doesn't adjust based on finite analytics. Because I haven't hooked it up. Probably I can maybe hook it up to link. No, everything requires a sort of partner program for analytics except YouTube, I think. X is super expensive. I can scrape it, but super expensive API. I'm not probably going to do it right now, the analytics portion of it. So that is correct. This is potentially something that we could, but it's very low impact. I don't want to spend time on that. This is basically for SEO that I created. And people don't usually even come to that page because the landing page is a bit confusing. They have to click here, and they don't actually go to the footer always. See how it works could potentially lead to that help center. The idea was to create YouTube videos, so I would have the videos as well, which I can put here, watch it in action, and redirect it to YouTube videos. That was the idea. I never did it complete or finish that task. But these are all low impact. I need more customers. Anyway, what is our agent telling? Found the root cause. Convex URL is no. That is not true. I'm not sure if that is true because if that was true, generating avatar videos wouldn't work. That all works in real time. I could be wrong, but check. Let me check the configuration quickly. Environment variables. No, it is set. Yeah, sometimes Opus is so stupid, it doesn't actually. Good point. If next public convex URL was missing, avatar video generation wouldn't work in real time either. So what is this doing? The problem with agent teams is that the lead always receives that message the way I have hooked it up, but doesn't mean that it immediately relays that message to the teammates. Because, yeah, I don't see user correction relay to convex debugger. The team lead says that, but I don't see that message. This is a bug, I think. I have to press escape. Then, yeah, it comes because it doesn't exit from what it was doing there. So I have to always press escape. So now it is getting that user correction. Convex URL diagnosis wrong, reinvestigate. I already found that it is set in production. Scintillating Terrier. Yeah, that is the correct URL. Yeah, don't try to hack it. It's a temporary database. Okay, well, that is working. What should we be working on here? Can you go through our someday list in archives someday and someday maybe to see what are the most impactful features of brand brain that we need to build, and send me a PDF report someday. Okay, we have to test this auto wake up, not that one. Where is auto wake up? It's gone. Auto wake, this one. We need to test this. So task, I go to task for admin, and then if I switch on huh switch on trend detection, why is it active now? Because it's outside the window. 6 a.m. to, okay, well, how did it get to, so I don't, 6 a.m. to 26, no, 6 p.m. we need a we need it to 7 p.m. 6, yeah, that's fine. Today is Wednesday. Save and close. For the user, also trend detection. Why is this appearing here? So that's a bug. No, probably not a bug. I switched it on there. Keyword research off. Authority builder off. Topic cluster off. If I refresh it, those should go away. Okay, trend detection only. 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. No, 6 a.m. to. I should have actually given the other one. Edit. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. But the users can override it. So if I wanted to run 6, what the time is now? 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Will it trigger? That is the question. There is a deployment in progress. Maybe wait for that. So if this works, what we should see is that a new conversation getting initialized here for trend detection. So that means that they can wake up and do trend detection. It's the equivalent of going to chat and saying find new content. I think maybe the prompts are different. Okay, I probably need to update that as well. Trend detection, edit. I'll see use the trend scan and YouTube outlier and okay, that is a bad prompt. Use these skills. Trend scan, keyword research, not really. X search, social media platforms, industry, competitor content channels. Identify viral content. I have no idea what skills I have installed already. I know that Transcan is there. We shall see. Use the Transcan skill. That will mirror my CLI setup. So I'll show you what it is in a minute. So if I go to my cursor, I have what is it? Trend scan. Yeah, this skill. So it searches X, YouTube mainly. Yeah, that should be enough. Reddit analysis. I should have probably add that. I should probably add that too. Trend scan, trend detection, social media platforms, industry news sources. Reddit. That's not a skill though, it's just a tool. Not sure if the skill exists. I can ask. On BrandBrain app, is there an equivalent skill for Reddit marketing or Reddit scan, the same way we have for our cloud setup? So it is set to trigger every 5 minutes. So technically, that should trigger at right about now. Can you see in production that the trend scan task is getting triggered? I have overridden from the user side that for the trend scan to be triggered, this is part of the auto wake project for brand brain. Can you see if the cron is triggering every 5 minutes? Because I don't see the conversation happening. Maybe a little bit premature, but it is 6:36. It should have triggered. What are they doing though? All right, let's come back with the Reddit scan. Yes, Brand Brain has Reddit scanning research features built in. What's not there? Reddit posting, publishing from Brand Brain, community engagement, karma tracking. Do we have a skill specific for it? These are all tools, but do we have any skills? This is borged out. What's happening here? What? Clear, resume. Got both messages spawning a teammate to check production logs for trend scan cron trigger. see. So this is a functionality for auto waking agents. Transcan is a agent task that we have seeded to the database and I have customized from the admin panel and overridden by the user. Okay, let's check in the production now. Production logs now. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay. Can we add an option for this to enable disable from the admin panel that guard for has already executed in current window that can be toggled on and off, um, or I think we can have a maximum execution parameter, like maximum number of executions. What do you think about this? The cron is firing every 5 minutes, but if once per window guard blocks it after the first run each day, the guard was added in commit to prevent repeated execution. Your override doesn't bypass it because guard runs at system level before user overrides are checked. Fix needed, either remove the guard for frequent contrast or add a run once per window boolean flag. That's what I was saying as well. But I think maximum executions is probably a bit more flexible. Run. Yeah. I have to think about this actually. If the user wants multiple firing of the same agent at different times, you can add different windows and once in that window. There must be a simpler approach to do this. Yeah, not clear on that. So there will be multiple windows. That is making it complicated. So these are basically cron tasks. Hmm. What happened to our avatar video? Where did that go? All right, final video. If I refresh it, okay, maybe this one.
This new AI can literally
Use for real. That is too small, I think, but it's okay for MVP.
This new AI can literally control your computer. I'm not talking about giving it prompts. I'm talking about it opening apps, clicking buttons, writing code, and completing tasks on its own. The benchmarks are insane. On OS World Verified, which tests how well AI can use computers, GPT 5.4 hit 75% accuracy. Humans scored 72.4%.
It's a bit
This is the first
robotic.
time an AI has actually outperformed people.
It's a bit robotic, the voice. Yeah, but I'm not going to use my own avatar. I probably use create. I need a way to have multiple Instagram accounts with different influencers. So basically, if I go to avatar, I can create different influencers here. And for each of them, that will have different Instagram accounts, but connected to the same brand. So one brand, multiple accounts, multiple avatars. Well, next version. This one, this is fine, I think. Use for real. And if I approve on schedule, I need to connect. I don't know. Maybe it has expired. Platform, Instagram. Instagram account connected. If I ask this to be gone, can you schedule this reel to go in the next minute? Huh? Why is that not working for Instagram? Maybe it works differently for video content. You schedule, can you? What did it do? Reading approved content. Uh, it's reading the content calendar. Can you talking about the Instagram reel on the avatar pane that is selected content? Okay, that seems to be working. We shall see. Yes, some prompts still have to be optimized because it doesn't work all the time. Now it is reading the correct reel. To schedule it, it needs to be approved first. Let me approve this content first. Then schedule it 1 minute from now. Okay. So for this app, I don't actually have a schedule. It's in user preferences. So these are all the memory for the agents. Well, the user preferences. So when you start out, yeah, this is when you get onboarded. And then you say something like 15 posts per platform per day. And then it works out from there. Yeah, and yeah, this is like basically like cursor rules or Cloud Code rules. It learns our preferences, so we can delete them as well if something is not relevant. But I don't usually delete it manually. I just only usually go to chat. Hopefully that works as well. Update preferences. This wasn't working yesterday. Oh, it is working now. No, I changed the model. Why is it not working? It's just that prompt that's not working. What happens if I change the model? So currently I'm using Minimax. If I use TLM, does that work? It is just that agent though. Update my preferences. Huh. All right. Okay. That's not it. That is to the Minimax M2.5. This is the right paid chat model. Save settings. That is so slow. Yeah, that's only not working with that model. So I think some sort of tool incompatibility is happening there. Anyway, let me revert it back because that is so slow. Right. Heartbeat check all clear. No new Telegram inbox. Starting implementation of max executions per window to for agent task cron system. 6 files to modify. Changes across files. Okay, it's already done. Qualify deploy triggered. Maximum execution window per turn. Windows done. Does this work? It's been a minute since I tested this. Find trending content and discussions on Reddit relevant to my niche. Discover what's generating buzz in communities. Look for pain points. Extract insights. Score each opportunity for potential. Yeah, I don't usually use this because a lot of the Reddit is full of bots now. So any content there it is actually generated by AI. A lot of them are. Well, that is working. We can see. Don't forget to update and track these changes in the auto wake agent mechanism project. think we can do this probably. All right. I need to see if the Instagram reel was published. Where is it? Instagram. 7-1. Why is it not published? Maybe it restarted the server and it is waiting. It's only 7:03. Maybe it will go out soon. I had I have a Instagram reel that was supposed to go out at 2 minutes ago. Can you check production logs why it didn't go out? Uh-oh, what happened here? Not there. The content page is failing to load now. I am not sure that assessment is correct because I just reconnected my token to my IG account, and I don't think it is probably not fetching the latest token. No, the content page crash may be unrelated. I'm talking about the issue of um the IG reel not getting posted. Yeah, it's probably a bug in the when it fetches the token from the database. I did just reconnect IG. What is trending on X today related to cloud code? Can he use X search rather than web search? Hmm? What do you mean you don't have it? Da, 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 da. Well, both need to be fixed. The content page crash as well. I was just saying both are not, both maybe not related. Da, 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 da. What X tools do you have? How is this working then? Claude Code. Introducing code review. Okay, that is working. What do you mean you don't have X tools then? This guy got tired of copy pasting Claude Code, Codex, Gemini. What is this? This guy got tired of copy pasting between Claude Code, Codex, Gemini, chat room. That is pretty smart. This is basically what our Obsidian plus Cloud Core setup is, except it's not fancy like this. Probably a good idea to create a chat room like that. Right. It has gone viral, so people like this kind of stuff. Anyway, 1.9 million. Damn. How is this 1.8 million? Hmm. All right. Maybe we can repurpose that. Use idea. right, well, that is working. Both issues being fixed in parallel. IG fixer, content fixer, token fetch, retry off by one. What is that? Okay. So we have the IG debugger. We have the content fixer, which is working on this bug. If I go to content review, it already fixed. Why is it saying? Oh, it says IG token fix deployed, so that works. So that should have been shut down. Yeah, let's exit that. So the only one that is remaining is content fixer. This should have been shut down. What is it working on? Content review store. Not sure. Damn, the server probably restarted. No problem. We can refresh that conversation. Yep, the server restarted. So technically this should continue if I refresh because it got interrupted, but it lost the previous messages maybe. What is the status? Yeah, it doesn't work, I think. If the server restarts, that's acceptable though. I can reissue use idea. Let it work. Hopefully, no more deployments. All right, system updater came back saying Vault updates complete, auto wake up project file updated, brand brain bug fixes. All right, created a new project. What does that say? Okay, so far we have done these. IG token fetch bug fix. All right, let's move that to yeah, let's keep it. What is the okay? We need to test the auto wake up mechanism. If I refresh that, that is wrong. Every time I restart the server or after a deployment, the agent tasks that were disabled on from the admin side somehow gets enabled and they start appearing in the user task page. This is part of the auto wake up mechanism project. See what's happening. What causes this override? All right, while that is working, I'm going to be on my phone and I will be controlling from my phone. I gotta go get dinner.